The mother had her two children hold her down in the water, and the siblings obeyed. The more the mother struggled, the harder they pushed, until the water flowed from her mouth into her lungs. She lost consciousness. They dragged her to shore. They weren't murdering the mother. They were saving her, because a few days ago, a magnetic storm swept the world, causing anything to do with electricity to fail. It was an inconvenience, but not life-threatening. But gradually, people found themselves losing their ability to sleep. That's not a good sign. For 48 hours of sleeplessness, you lose the ability to think. After 69 hours of sleeplessness, you get hallucinations and mobility problems. If the insomnia continues, organs will slowly fail, until the heart stops beating. Lisa was in a hurry. She went to the drugstore to steal the sleeping pills, but before she could get it, a group of soldiers came in. He told Lisa, "It's useless even if you get the pills. We've just conducted a test. No external force can make you sleep. If the insomnia continues, the human race will be extinct in a few days." Lisa didn't believe it. She hurriedly asked the professor if it was true. The professor not only confirmed the answer, he said he was looking for someone who could fall asleep to do brain dissection experiments. Maybe he'll be able to make a cure. Lisa rushed to her home, because his daughter Xiaomei was the one who could fall asleep. But when he got home, Xiaomei was gone. Has she been taken away? No, she wasn't. Grandma had taken her to the church. There were a lot of people there. They were worried that she would die in a few days, so they put their hope in God to keep them alive, because they hadn't slept for days. Each one of them was on the verge of an emotional breakdown. The priest advised them to calm down, and said that God would bless them all. Lisa came and tried to take her daughter away, but the grandmother said she wouldn't go anywhere when she woke up. That's what revealed the secret of May's ability to sleep. One of the men said, "May is the only one of us who can sleep. She may have a special substance in her body. If we send her to the institute, should be able to save everyone." As soon as he said that, the police put the man in a box. In his opinion, it's cruel to experiment on a little girl. While the situation was chaotic, Lisa escaped with the two children. But after escaping, my son was thinking about his sister. He also thought that Xiaomei should be dissected, so that everyone can live. In 2067, a mysterious form of insomnia swept the world. Because of the loss of the ability to sleep, half of the world's population has already died of sleeplessness. If this continues, in a few days, the human race will soon be extinct. But of all these people, only Lisa's daughter, Xiaomei, is unaffected. She can still sleep like before. Shuai told her mother, "There must be an antidote in my sister's body to save mankind. Why don't we take her to a research institute to study it?" Lisa couldn't bear it. But if all humans die, her daughter will be the only one left in the world. She won't be able to survive very well. After careful consideration, Lisa decided to take her daughter there. But the institute was a long way off. It's affected by a magnetic storm. Any vehicle that has anything to do with electricity can't be driven. We'll have to find an old car that doesn't run on electricity. Lisa came to a second-hand store. When she entered, she saw a body on the floor. It turned out that two gangsters had killed the owner. Lisa hurriedly crouched down, then quickly crawled to the other side. Looking at the car keys on the table, she crawled forward carefully. After getting the keys, she hid under the table. The two thugs didn't notice her. After they left, Lisa took the kids and headed for the institute. She hadn't slept in 3 days. She was sleepy as hell, and driving at night was even worse. The son next to her was staring blankly at the road, staring straight ahead. Only the daughter fell asleep in the back. The next day, the three of them passed through a small town. Lisa took her daughter into the library to teach her how to use a gun. It was a long way to the institute. She hadn't slept in days. "I'm sure I won't last long." She wanted her daughter to learn survival skills quickly, but May was only 10 years old. She didn't dare use a gun. Subconsciously, she chose to run away. Her mother fired several shots at the bookshelf to show her how it's done. Then her son suddenly appeared. Lisa took a breath. Luckily she missed her son, but when she turned around, her daughter was gone. She was sleeping in the car. Through the rearview mirror, a group of inmates are standing in the street. One of them, a black man, has noticed the car. When they ran downstairs, the car has been driven away by the black man. Lisa went after them with her gun, but she was stopped by a group of prisoners. They seemed to be interested in Lisa's son. The leader told him to leave Handsome behind and go after his daughter. Mother and son are surrounded by a group of prisoners. The leader took a liking to Handsome behind them. He told Lisa that if she left him behind, she could go after her daughter. Lisa was furious and shot at them, but there was only one bullet in the gun. The prisoners were about to go forward. Black is back with his daughter. Mother and son rushed to the car. Along the way, Lisa found out what Black was thinking. Although he's a black man, but his heart is not black. He doesn't want to hurt anyone. He just wanted to stay out of jail. Not long after, the car ran out of gas. They came to a gas station. While filling up the tank, the mother started sucking gasoline out of the tank, because he hadn't closed his eyes for 4 days. This insomnia causes most deaths. She didn't know when she would die, so she wanted to give her daughter all she could before she died. By the end of the night, a few adults were really out of energy. They let Xiaomei drive the car. The car swayed from side to side. They finally made it to the institute safely. He parted ways with them, but the mother didn't take Xiaomei to the institute right away. She wanted to make sure the institute was safe. Lisa told the two children to stay where they were. She posed as a doctor and went to find out what was going on. It's not that dangerous. Besides a soldier and a nurse, there was an old man who could sleep like her daughter. The old man told her, "I should have died a few days ago. I didn't realize they brought me here to do experiments." Watching the old man being tortured, Lisa couldn't bear to bring her daughter here, but she didn't realize that the departing Blackie wanted to live. He brought Xiaomei with him. Lisa rushed to stop him, but was stopped by the soldiers. But strangely enough, the soldiers were in high spirits. They didn't look like they hadn't slept slept for days. It turns out they used a drug that can restore their energy for a short period of time, but once the drug has worn off, the body's functions will rapidly decline. In the end, Xiao Mei was sent to the operating table.